pledge allegiance to my God and to my country.
Well, good morning, folks. My name is Thomas Jefferson, and I'm 268 years old, and I'm really tired. I wanted to be here by the 4th of July, but you know how the red tape is back east. I just couldn't get out here. I was really looking forward to this buggy ride out here because I was right in the middle of the Louisiana Purchase. I purchased, 800,000 square miles for $15 million way back in the early 1800s. Why, you couldn't purchase much of Highland Township at all for that, could you, anymore? But it's so good to be here. You know, I did several things when I was lived back in Virginia. I'm a Virginian. I was actually a member of the House of Burgess. I was the governor of Virginia, and I started the University of Virginia. I was the Secretary of State under George Washington, and I was the Vice President under John Adams. And then I was the President of the United States for 2 terms. And I did a lot of things then. But you know, 20% of my budget was fighting the Muslim pirates off the coast of Tripoli. I don't suppose you have any problems with the pirates today because of that. I finally got so fed up with it, I sent the Marines over there, cleaned their clock, set the prisoners free. That's why the Marine hymn today says, "From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli." Now, I did all of those things, but the thing that I wanted placed on my tombstone was the fact that I was the author of the Declaration of Independence. I actually wasn't supposed to write it. Ben Franklin was the wordsmith of the day, but Ben didn't like to write anything that he knew that was going to be edited by some committee, so he complained he had the gout or something like that, and so the task fell upon me. So I took my little portable desk to my little upstairs apartment, and within a couple of weeks, I wrote the Declaration. I can still remember a little bit of it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Actually, I had first written sacred and undeniable, but Ben wanted me to change them to self-evident, so I did. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. When any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as shall seem to them will secure their safety and happiness. In our day, most all of us believed that God was our creator. That's why we started a country that was founded on the Word of God. I don't know, I haven't been back here. You know, I died on the 4th of July, just 50 years after the Declaration was ratified. It was voted on the 2nd of July. It was made public on the 4th of July, but it was signed all through the summer and into the fall. And you know, when we signed it, we pretty much were assured that we had signed our death warrant, because this was treason, you know, to go against England. And I can remember Elbridge Gerry, the representative of Massachusetts, saying to Benjamin Harrison, the representative of Virginia, he says, "Ben," he says, "you're lucky. You're fat. When they catch you and they hang you, you will die quickly. I'm light and thin. I'll float around in the breeze for hours." And that's why we said, when I ended the Declaration, that we had a firm reliance on divine providence. And so here we are today. You know, many people think that separation of church and state is in the Constitution. Actually, it was a letter I wrote to the Danbury Baptists They wrote me a letter and wanted to know if I was going to finance some particular denomination or something like that, and I said there should be a wall of separation. But it's a wall one way. Government doesn't tell churches what to do, but churches can preach whatever they want to preach from the Word of God. That's what I meant when I talked about that wall of separation. And most of you know that I was involved in starting the first church in Washington, D.C. It lasted for 100 years. We met in the halls of Congress, and as the chief executive, I ordered the Marine Band to come and play for the services. That's what I meant by the wall of separation. Well, folks, I've taken too much of your time on this Sunday morning. I must be getting back. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I want to leave a signed copy of the Declaration here to this church.
Thank you.
I'll see you in a little bit.